Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, Shad Talks Graps, and we are back for the Wrestling Republic Daily broadcast. We are here to talk about Monday Night Raw. You know, it's the regular Tuesday crew, and we are going with the Go Home show. SummerSlam's this weekend. It's a lot of great stuff going on in WWE, and we're ready to talk about it all. I got the same panel with me today. We're going to kick it off first with my boy Chaos. How's it going, bro?
What's good? What's good? What's good? Happy Tuesday, everybody. Yes, I'm here in a very warm, a rare warm day in Wales right now, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. My other half is thinking otherwise, but yeah, that's her loss anyway. But yeah, I'm here to talk about wrestling and of course the go home show of Monday Night Raw, and obviously little inside little info after this show. Myself, Shad, and discount Dominic is going to be doing a debate episode of Take It to the Table. So yeah, we're gonna be filming that. That should be out later on this week. But yeah, that's then. Let's talk about now. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw, shall we?
For sure. Yeah, we definitely we got taken to the table later on today too, and I'm super excited about that. Very SummerSlam oriented show too, so hopefully we get that out before the show. We lit this week, man. Wrestling Republic, we got a lot of content for y'all going into the
Hmm.
PLE weekend, so definitely make sure you tune into every show that we drop. That's not just all the daily podcast. That's also taken to the table. That's also Sunday Spotlight. That's also sold separately. That's also uh, what's it called? NXT off the air. We give you so much Allison analysis. My boy Clark and Ben literally went on a live stream for 48 hours watching the Progress show on Sunday. So if that's not dedication and love to the art of pro wrestling, I don't know what is. But speaking of who you mentioned, discount Dominic Mysterio, he is also here as well. Nah, this is Jordy. How you doing, bro?
I don't know how I feel about discount Dominic, lads. That's taking me by surprise a little bit. That one. I'm good. I was good until Chaos said that. But no, yeah, it's great to be back. Tuesday crew, you know, Tuesday special. What is it? Special players. So yeah, I'm good to go, man. Let's talk about it.
I'm so sorry. My intrusive thought, like it was one of them things where you're meant to think it and it just comes out the mouth instantly. So I'm so sorry. That was
No,
my
I
intrusive thought.
respect it, brother. I respect it. It's funny. It's funny as hell.
I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a hell of a line, man. But nah, we here full effect, man. This is your official Tuesday crew for the daily podcast. We've done such a good job. They just ink us every week on Tuesday when they do these schedules. So that's how you know we serious about this. But let's get into the show, man. We kicked off on the topic wise with referee Seth freaking Rollins revealing his rules for this match that we have on Saturday. Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk. Seth coming out in his, of course, referee fashion. Maybe it's a teaser of what it is because I think he might even go crazier on Saturday with the gear. He might go Shawn Michaels with us, man. I hope that like that'd be kind of crazy if he does that. But we got him over there, and I like the segment a lot personally. I thought it was a good reminder to both competitors that yeah, y'all hate each other, but remember this: I hate both of you guys, and I will make y'all's lives live in hell in the same breath. And I know there's a lot of criticism about it. I know boss man Ben Allison had criticism about it on the Allison analysis. But me personally, I think it's a good way because there's so many different directions that can lead to Saturday with this match. Like Seth is the big outlier towards it. He can really control the match. And me personally, I'm a fan of old referee, special guest referee matches, like when Stone Cold did it back in the day. I mentioned, with Shawn, like it adds a different layer, a different element to it. I'm expecting it to be entertaining, chaotic, and it's gonna be one of one, and it's a good way to extend whatever direction we go with this feud, whether it's still Drew and Punk, whether it's Seth and uh, Drew, whether it's Seth and Punk, like whatever dominoes, or whether it gets to a triple threat. I'm not sure. but I'm liking it. I like this segment overall. I'll ask you first, Chaos. What were your thoughts on referee Seth? And what do you think about just the match itself, like him as special guest ref, like with all? Because he mentioned he can make any rule he wants to make. So, what are your thoughts on that too?
First off, can I just say how spoiled we are this year in this SummerSlam? We got like potentially 3 matches that could well deserve be the main event. Oh, is anyone there? Am I good?
You're good. You're good.
All
You
right, cool.
froze for a
All right, I
second,
got
but
a
get back
little
into it.
scared there. I was like, "Come on, give me 5 minutes." But yeah, no. Yeah, there's 3 matches on this card that could potentially be the main event, and rightfully so, deservedly so. And yeah, this is definitely one of them. I hope that Seth Rollins definitely goes all out on his outfit. The way they were panning on this on his outfit, the way he was wearing and stuff, just shows that I think there's the best is yet to come. I think it's going to be even more zanier, and why not? Go Shawn Michaels. Why not? Um, uh, yeah. Regarding the segment, it was solid from all 3 of them. Everyone has their place to be there. And I'm glad that Triple H is. I feel like Triple H is starting to make the special referee spot be very more special than how it used to be. How I felt was back in the day was if all else fails, just throw out Steve Austin out there to be the special guest referee, or there's some lame celebrity. Please see Daniel Cormier as a special guest. But yeah, I feel like this one is of real importance. You can see why Seth Rollins is in this position, and he has a right to go either way. He could either call it down the middle or go and turn on McIntyre, making cost a match, or make CM Punk get cost a match. Um, Me personally, I feel like if we're actually going to go into prediction territory, I feel like this is probably the time where Seth probably is going to turn, and rightfully, understandably so. And then finally, we get that Punk and Rollins feud. Um, but yeah, it's I think they're very good in their chemistry and how to coordinate a match. I feel like it's definitely going to be when the match does happen. It's not going to be a one way. You ain't going to see it from the beginning. Who he's going to defect to, and or what he's going to do. I hope he just lets it go all out and make it be a no holds barred. Why not? He has the power, and he fully emphasized that. So yeah, for him to actually say that, I feel like it's not going to be just a straight singles match and first to 3 wins. I think there's going to be a lot of shenanigans, and rightfully so. There's a lot of bad blood, pun intended, in this, and yeah, we're going to see more of a fallout after this. But yeah, I can't wait for this. This out of all the matches, this is one I'm looking most forward to, and yeah, I can't wait for it. So yeah, very solid match to look forward to, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is I think like, and obviously I think I'm on a prediction show Friday, but whatever, I'm gonna say it too. I think that's the direction we're gonna go. I think we're gonna have Seth turn on Rollins. I mean, sorry, Seth turn on Punk. Seth is gonna turn on his own self, right? No, I got Seth. I got Seth making Punk lose this match, and it
Yeah,
makes sense because I think Drew. I think Drew needs this win really badly. Like
100%.
he can't go out like a female dog with Punk all these times and then lose the match. Like it would be really bad on his character, in
Yeah,
my opinion. Like I think he needs to win a lot more desperately than Punk needs to win,
100%.
especially with the referee being added to it. We got a couple comments. First and foremost, our buddy numero one Superfly first saying hello to you and all of us. What's going on, bro? He also says that I am expecting Seth Rollins to beat up both Drew and CM Punk during their match at SummerSlam. Don't think Seth will care who wins. He's just gonna beat up both guys, but will screw CM Punk more. I think that is. I think there'll be inklings and situations where him and Drew will go against all odds against each other too. But I think
Mhm.
ultimately what you said at the end, I think it's gonna be to Punk's demise. I don't think Punk is winning this match on
No,
Saturday, especially
no,
the moment they added Seth to it. It kind of confirmed that okay, we're gonna get past the Drew and Punk feud for the summer now. Now it's
yeah,
time to go into fall. you know,
And obviously, we all know with Seth, he's always got a plan. Like there's a reason why he didn't just throw his name in the hat because all the referees at the back are afraid to officiate. Like, come on, it's not that deep. He knows what he's doing.
yeah.
He's not gonna go in there if he ain't got something to gain out of it. So yeah, you're right. As soon as he was announced a special guest, it
And
was a wrap.
and to that point, Seth is not really like a white meat baby face.
Nope.
Like people forget that this guy is uh, a good heel, a great heel actually, as well. So I know that we love singing the song in the arenas and stuff, but this guy's a mastermind as well. Kafasuke saying, "I am torn on who will be winning this match. Seth definitely will be the deciding factor.
Well,
That's the beauty of
obviously.
it. That's the beauty. That's the yeah. That is the beauty of it. Um, uh, and then we got some cool news over here. Anthony Manzano, I have some great news, guys. Remember I told you my brother and fiance had their baby last Thursday. They had to send because she came earlier as expected. She's out and healthy.
Oh well, congrats.
Great
Congrats to the
stuff, man. Great stuff.
congrats to the family, Manzano. Prayers to your everything is good on the your
Long time
uh
fan of the channel. So yeah,
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 with
yeah.
your family, that your I guess future sister-in-law is good and healthy. And yeah, man, congrats, welcome to baby to the world. Um,
Your
I
life is now over. No, I'm joking. I'm playing. No, I'm playing.
that's wild. Uh, but Jordy, in your mind, what do you feel about everything built up within this match? And I gotta ask you this: Are you good with the special guest referee stipulation added to the match, or do you think it's kind of like it kind of ruins the Drew and Punk feud a little bit?
Um, no, I don't think it ruins it. Maybe it's nostalgia. Because I'm 30 years old, and like you guys, I remember special guest referees, and it just feels like we don't get them that much anymore. And to echo what Chaos said, there was a time when we got them too much and it didn't make sense. For me, this one does make sense. And I think it is a master play business wise. There's a lot of people on the roster to have these three guys all spun around in the same thing, to get them all on the same card together without actually being a triple threat yet. So that's, I think, obviously maybe where it ends. Whether they can stretch it to Mania or not, I don't know. That's interesting to see. But I agree with our guy numero one Superfly, to be honest, on this. I think obviously Seth will be the deciding factor. I think when you actually take out of everything of this match, if there was a barometer, if you could visually see it about how much Seth dislikes these two, I think he dislikes Punk more. I do. I don't really see how this match ends badly. I actually think if Drew lost, I don't know. I don't know how they would do it unless it was an injury. I just don't think it's great to have Drew's been working and working and working. For Punk, it's going to be his first match back in however long. It doesn't look good for him to beat Drew unless Seth really plays a part in that and stomps his head into the ground a few times. But I think it's interesting, again, like you said, Chaos, that he said disqualification, my discretion. That's the only way that I can see this match ending badly and the fans being really unhappy with it, is if someone gets disqualified. I don't think that'd be a good idea. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's probably going to be a bloody match. We're probably going to see a bit of colour. I think Seth will probably stomp both of them at different times. It's going to be one of them where I'm watching it and I kind of hope and kind of think that Drew will come out on top, but I wouldn't be massively, massively shocked if Punk did win somehow because of Seth. It's going to keep me guessing until the final kind of, the final, not whistle, but the final count. Sorry, you might have heard my dog there. But yeah, it's interesting for me.
Your dog does not like your take.
He does not like that at all.
No, not like my take.
Nah, and I feel that, and I definitely agree with you in regards to that. And man, it's like y'all said, man. You talk about this card. Obviously, you know what's funny? The topic that we're going to the table about is not even on today's show. So, Ben must have known that there was a little special part of it. But I mean, you talk about the card like those. There's like three matches on Raw that could argue being main event quality, right? Gunther Priest, which we'll talk about this relive like SummerSlam. To your point that you said earlier, Chaos, it is a stacked card and quality over quantity. I know a lot of people might get mad at that. You know, a lot of the AEW fans might get mad at that. But if you give me a 6-7 card match where every match matters, as a fan, I'm going to be happy because I know everything has a high probability of delivering and it's just going to be a great experience. So I'm super stoked for SummerSlam. Couple more comments. We got this is one of those times when a special guest referee does make a lot of sense. I agree with you on that. And then you also say Seth would have squalled by both of them, then laugh at them and restart the
What?
match. That's crazy. That's a little overbooked for me, Kavaske. I ain't gonna
That
lie.
is some Warner Brothers
Hmm.
Bugs Bunny type of stuff, man. What are you doing? No.
That's a little. I rock with you, my guy. I like your ideas a lot, but that's a little overbooked in my opinion. But hey, man, we're here for it. We're excited for the match. So on to the next topic, though. We got a little bit more with the Wyatts last night. We had a solid tag team match between the salute to the new Alpha Academy or the whatever you want to call them, but the Creed brothers getting a win over the old Alpha Academy. And the Creeds, man, putting in a lot of work. I watched the GCW show Sunday night. Both of them winning that Bloodsport, Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. Both of them did spectacular. Going the next day, getting the victory. It goes on. They try to attack Otis, and then boom, the lights hit. And then you get the same, little piano riff. You see the Fireflies, and you get the Wyatts, but they come out in in the flesh. You get three members of the Wyatts come out. We got to see Eric Rowan. He's part of the Wyatts. We had an idea that he'd be that. We got to see him unmask. Joe Gacy. You got to see him unmask. And then you got this guy, Edge Briscoe. Edge Briscoe is part of the Wyatt Six.
On this
Ed,
day, I
Ed,
see. Sorry.
I reach to the sky on this day is what they say, huh? We got Edge Briscoe. I'm sorry, I apologize. That was Dexter Loomis with the Jimmy Butler extensions, with the Fetty Wap extensions on his head. I don't know what that joint threw me off. I was like, "What is this? What is this? What is going on?" But they come out there, they handle business. Uncle Howdy scares Chad Gable a little bit. Nikki Cross jumps up and down the place, and we get a match next week. We're gonna get Gable and the Creeds versus Gacy. Bro, chaos. Casey, Edge, Edge Briscoe, and Eric Rowan. So we get a little bit more direction. We got faces to the characters, and it's cool to see. My question to you, Chaos, what are your overall thoughts in regards to all this with the Wyatts? And like, what do you think this is? Are you excited for just the feud that is getting built with this?
Yeah, baby. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I just there's a Fetty Wap thing there right there. Anyway, um, yeah, I'm glad that we actually got some traction right from the Wyatt Six. The match itself was fine. What it was a typical Raw match regarding. I do like Otis's shirt, free Otis. I'm like, is that a digger out for? Is he want to be free from his contract? I don't know. Whatever. It was pretty cool anyway. I liked it. Yeah, the match was fine. The Creeds looking strong as ever. Like I said, they're pretty much putting in the work with GCW Bloodsport and everything, and that they're doing this match. Convincing win, they rightfully so. Obviously, we saw the little interaction between what's her name, Maxine and Chad Gable. And obviously the slap. My one grab about it as well. I must say, when that thing happened between the slap and when she slapped Chad Gable, where was Ivy Nile? That would have been the perfect opportunity for them to introduce Ivy Nile, turning on Maxine, and then them Ivy Nile like drags or puts Maxine in the headlock, drags her backstage. You see Otis and Tozawa trying to chase them away because they just disappeared when the Y6 came out. So that would have been a perfect time for them to like make them go and chase Ivy Nile and Maxine, and then you got the Y6 right there. Nice debut. Like fully unmasked. Um, when the hell did Dexter Loomis get to grow dreadlocks? You said that there may be like a little headpiece, but if he actually knows to the grow, he must have had like a couple weeks in Jamaica, and he just instantly just turned into Dreadsman. Anyway, I'm glad that they're actually finally getting a match. I want to see these guys in action because obviously it's always so long you can actually just do these promos and all this cryptic talking and whatnot, and then but we are more interested. Also, we're also interested in how you deliver in the match. And hey, Dexter Loomis can move. He did that. He did the power bomb thing onto the Creeds. And yeah, it's gonna be awesome, man. So yeah, I love it. So far it's good. And they carried on with the promos as well afterwards, introducing us to Dexter Loomis or whatever his name is gonna be. Yeah, long way around it. But we got there in the end. Same as how with Tozawa and Otis against the Creed brothers. I feel that was a bit of a long way around for it to get there, but we got there. Let's see where it goes from here. I'm still interested in this. I'm sure David Sheldon could give us a 20-minute piece about his takes on just that segment alone, and it's always exciting to see. But yeah, I'm loving this, and yeah, I just want to see this pay off. More dominant. Stay away from titles. That's all I asked for. Stay away from tag team titles. Stay away from the main titles. You don't need that. You don't need that. Just do your own thing. You're in your own lane, and just go off with a respectable payoff. That's all I expect. So, but yeah, looking forward to next week. And yeah, see where it goes from there. So yeah, no complaints here.
For sure. And yeah, I liked it because, like you said, this is finally we got like we're shifting with the car is moving a little bit more with them.
Mm.
And I'm excited to see the match too because I'm a big fan of Joe Gacy personally. That's a guy that I like watching a lot. Obviously in NXT, but prior to it, like in CZW, he's a dude who used to wrestle Moxley a lot in them death matches and whatnot. And like for a dude his size, like he can move, man. He can wrestle. He's gonna really do well on the main roster, in my opinion. So,
Mm.
and yeah, Dexter Loomis, he was off TV for like a year, so maybe he
Long. I
was
thought he was like injured, but clearly he's growing his hair out. So
growing his hair out. Yeah,
never knew he was capable of doing that. But go you, Dexter. It suits you.
you thought you knew him.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, the comments are crazy. Dexter Loomis with the dreads is so weird. He looks like, yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Edge Briscoe. And okay, it says his dreadlocks will be explained in the video package.
But he
I
got a
highly,
package and didn't say anything.
I highly doubt it's gonna be
Yeah, he ain't gonna be
explained.
like.
I,
I spent 6 months in Jamaica and I met a black woman out there, and then yeah, the rest is history. Like it's not gonna do that. It's yeah, he just got them. Yeah, it's just hilarious.
nah, it's just part of the aesthetic, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It is what it is. But yeah, we excited for everything wise, and we'll definitely be on the lookout. But what y'all should definitely be on the lookout for are our good friends at Next Level. If you go to nxconnect.me/Wrestling Republic, you will find the one-stop shop for everything Wrestling Republic on all platforms. You'll find our Instagram, TikTok, X, YouTube, website. It's an easy way to find it all consolidated. And let's not forget, Next Level also has an app. Also, same way to go through and find different channels of different people, but you can find our stuff on there as well. They also have a community over there where you can connect with other wrestling content creators. It's a really good place to network. Our good buddy Wrestle Takes is over there, who we've been connecting with. Y'all seen him on the show before too. Salute to him. And yeah, man, they like to also give away free stuff. Talking about competitions, talking about contests. They give out free stuff a lot within these last few months of last year. They flew someone out to WrestleMania. They're giving people copies of WWE 2K. I'm sure if you really ask for it, they'll give you a copy of AEW, uh, whatever that game is called, Fight Forever. Uh, they may even throw you some bucks for just giving it to you for free. You never know. But they also gave WWE cash. So salute to them, man. Great people over there. They always showing love as well. So y'all do the same, show them love, and yeah, man. Let's get back to these topics, cause
AEW catching strays, but carry on.
yeah, man, cause we had a 6-woman match that happened last night, between Lyra Valkyria and the girls who are party animals. I don't know. Maybe that is the team name. They should be called the Party Animals because she is a bird. If I was to, give them a team name. So I'm going to call them the Party Animals. And then I would not say what I called the other 6-women tag team trios team because me and Yim said it online, and I don't want to get canceled. But Sonya and company get a victory. They attacked Zelina Vega yesterday, broke her arm again. They're wrecking havoc. They're running wild, but there's only one people that can attack them and stand up for justice, and it is the people that control damage. Yes, they damaged Zelina Vega's arm, but damage control will damage them. They made a return back. You got Dakota, Io, Kyrie looking a little different, I will say. Like they looking like they came from like a biker bar or something like that too, all leathered out and whatnot. Um, and they came ready to scrap with them. Dakota Kai versus Sonya Deville next week. It looks like Damage Control are baby faces now. I'm not necessarily mad at that. I will say I have a personal gripe, before I pass it to you, Jordy, with just mismatched teams. I don't like it. Like literally Katana, Casey, Lyra, it makes zero sense. I think it's lazy booking where you could literally have meaningful women feuds rather than just consolidating everybody together just to give them TV time. It is kind of whack, but I don't mind Damage Control versus Sonya and company, because I think that's gonna be, they're both factions, they're both teams, but I'm curious to see the direction we go with it and whatnot. You saw the name of the team on her Twitter?
Yes. Oh, sorry. I thought I was a mute. Sorry.
I'm gonna say the name on Take It to the Table where I can't can't cancel. But Jordy, what are your thoughts on everything Damage Control going against you know what? The stud line. That's what they're called.
Listen, I've got my own beef with them. Look, everyone knows that I'm a Zelina guy, and after last night's display, like I can't stand by that team. Like, and to be fair to Zelina, like she gave him a good go. She nearly took all three of them on her own backstage, but alas, she got her arm broke. But still, we're still gonna push Zelina. But moving on past that, no, yeah, it's interesting to me. Like you said, our Damage Control faces now. Is that the way we're going? Because, like, again, you mentioned with the costume change, they kind of look like something more from the Matrix a little bit. I don't necessarily think the dressed or the aesthetic of what a face would be, although they took out Sonya, etc. So it is very interesting to me. My dog doesn't like my take again. Bear with me 1 second. Yeah, so it is interesting to me which way this goes. And hang on, my dog's distracting me. Bear with me a second, gents.
This is why cats are better. Cats rule and dogs drool. Sorry, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, we gonna get him on a brief intermission as we read a couple comments. Let Jordy handle his dog real quick. What are they doing with Live Valkyria? Lyra should be doing some things as a single star. I agree. Lyra definitely should be doing some single star stuff. She had a great showing on the Queen of the Ring.
Quiet. Let the dog talk.
But yeah,
right.
Go ahead, Jordy.
Do you want to be involved? Is that what it is? Right, fair enough. So in terms of EO and stuff like that, yeah, I don't know who the faces are in this situation. That's my only gripe with it. But obviously that will be revealed. I would kind of like to see Damage Control as faces. I think EO's very popular with the crowd. I think Dakota is. And I think Kyrie is. So I think it's a strike while the iron's hot situation. I don't think you maybe would get this chance to face turn these guys, and it might be worth it. It'll be interesting to see where Zelina fits into this whole feud, because it seems like everyone else is in a 3 and she's on her own. Like, is she going to go and round up a couple of people and form another 3? Are we going to get trios titles? Like, what's the avenue we're going here? But, you know, I kind of like all the people involved individually and as a group. I don't really get the feeling of mishmash together with Sonya, Zoe, and Shayna. I kind of like them together. I think it does make sense. And obviously Damage Control makes sense. We know the history is already there. So I'm kind of excited to see where this one goes. And it's nice to see a feud, what hopefully will turn into a meaningful feud in the women's somewhat tag division that doesn't have to center around the titles, and hopefully look to build that division a bit, because I think it needs it.
Nah, and I definitely agree with you on that. Like, in regards to those 2 units, it makes sense. They do feel like teams, right? Sonya's team was built like a team. She's been coveting Shayna and Zoe for a few weeks now, and she's getting them on the right track. People forget how good Shayna Baszler is too as a competitor. Like, I saw her on Bloodsport Sunday, and just her talking, just how it reminded me about how she is the Queen of Spades, like what she was doing in NXT. And I really want to get back to that level of competitor, because that's a person that can maybe not be champion, but at least be a threat to a champion as an opponent, as we, you know, keep building on. And to Kafaske's point, Marigold, that changed EO. Yes, it didn't change EO. That's just how good EO Sky is. People, EO Sky went to Japan and said, "Oh, I can work that speed that I used to work back in the day." Bet. Had another classic on her docket, man. She's definitely one of one when it comes to in-ring competitors in women's wrestling. Like, I don't think there's anybody on that roster that can do a lot what she can do when it comes to just being an overall beast of a professional wrestler. So it's gonna be interesting to kind of see what goes on. And then, to what your point is, Kyrie saying she was a very over babyface years ago, right? When she was the pirate and all that. Uh, it's been a little bit of a rough patch since she's returned. But who knows? Maybe this will be a little bit of a fresh up to get people.
Did you notice that thing as well that they did? Like, was that new?
Yeah, it's some sort. It's a
They're
symbol
pointing to
about
like
something.
some like a Japanese writing on their cheek.
Right.
Because I thought they were ripping on what the Studline were doing, because they were doing like a gun thing, and then they did that the same, and then did that afterwards. So I
didn't know whether they were being like, we're faces now.
No, so look, I will say this: I do like this. I do like it in storyline in a sense too, because Sonya is telling them to look. Y'all need to take stuff serious. Let's get in order and like run shop. And then EO has been pissed at Damage Control these last few months, because she's like, y'all not taking it serious no more. We are some losers in here. So it looks like both of them kind of course corrected whatever issues it is. And hey, man, it might be.
I don't know who comes out on top here though. That's what I'm curious to see.
It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one, because yeah, it's really tricky. I don't want to see Damage Control lose, because I feel like they've lost a lot. But it's like Sonya's team is the new.
They're the new kids on the block. That's what I'm saying. You can still have, as long as it's a meaningful feud. It's to the point where they convince us that it's not too damaging for Damage Control to lose. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or is it the final nail in the coffin for Damage Control if they take this L and then they do split? Like,
it could be, but this is my thing, right? My fear about breaking them up now is because it would have made more sense when the whole Bayley situation was going on, and maybe Dakota went against. I fear for what Dakota Kai and Kyrie saying do as competitors if the Damage Control faction breaks up. Truth be told.
What about the possibility of them turning on Dakota?
Unless Asuka comes back, of course, Kyrie and her can do the Kabuki Warrior stuff. But Dakota, she's a person that like is very talented, but never really. She's like in that same boat as like a Zelina Vega. They never really gave her the ball and let her show what she can do.
Put them together.
Her and Zelina?
Maybe they've got a podcast together. They're good friends, so yeah, maybe maybe they blame Dakota if they lose this feud and then Dakota gets banished from Damage Control.
Okay, I will like it if they are heels though, because Zelina Vega is significantly better as a heel than she's a babyface.
Fully agree.
I ain't digging all this. I don't like her coming out looking like a punk, getting whooped every week, doing all these crying and stuff. That's not the Zelina. I like the Zelina Vega that poisoned Montez Ford. Y'all remember when she poisoned Montez Ford? That's what she needs to get. Get some of that poison from catering. Anyways, let's get to the final topic. We got.
Why would that be in catering? Other than
just in the fridge. It's just in the fridge. Oh, don't grab that one, by the way.
I don't know, bro.
Chemical X. All right, go ahead.
Oh man, we had the main event last night, which is to some a dream match. Gunther versus Finn Balor. Great match between both these guys. Finn Balor is like the ultimate I'm gonna be a star even though I lose every single week kind of guy at this point. He's a vet. He's helping people get over in the process. I wouldn't say he's not doing anything meaningful, but he did take the L to Gunther. Very big win for Gunther leading into Saturday, right? With his match against Damian Priest being a faction mate. And they, mix it up after the match. He's protecting Balor. They fight. Priest kind of comes out on top there. That gives me a feeling that it's pretty locked for Gunther to win on Saturday, because normally that's kind of the direction that WWE does in situations. But I'm curious to see where Finn Balor is in this whole situation, because I cannot ignore the fact that him and Priest have this butting heads with each other. So I'm going to, throw the question to both of you guys. What are your thoughts going in? Well, first and foremost, with the match in general, Balor, Gunther, but everything after it as well. How are you feeling about the direction of this World Heavyweight Championship match? And do you think Finn is possibly a big variable for Gunther winning? I'll toss it to you first, Jordy.
I think he definitely is. I think if Gunther wins, I think Finn has something to do with it. WWE interesting that they did this, and like nothing's ever. Everything's intentional when WWE posts something on social media. They've actually said in the caption that Damian is the favourite going in on Saturday. Like, when are you ever the favourite going up against Gunther, realistically? Like, I know he stood up on the table and stuff, but like, are you ever realistically the favourite going against Gunther, especially when you've got the possibility of Finn turning there? My question, and this is the question I've always had with this because of other matches on the card, such with Liv and Rhea, that we're going to see this kind of moment at the end where Liv's holding her title and Finn and JD are holding the tag titles, and the Judgment Day, as we know, in terms of Damian and Rhea, are left with absolutely nothing. And I can't get my head away from seeing that, but I just don't know which order it goes in, because if something happens and then Liv wins, surely Damian's going to have his wits about him and vice versa. So I just don't know which way it goes. I think these two are going to put on a match. I want Damian to win more than ever, more than having his entire title reign. I want him to beat Gunther, but I don't know if it'll happen. My dog is kicking off again. Don't know why this time. No, it just obviously doesn't like my takes. But no, yeah, I kind of want Damian to win. But I don't think he will.
For sure. Man, your dog does not like your take on that. Your dog is definitely a Gunther fan.
Every time I talk.
Hey, keep that energy for taking to the table, doggy. Don't worry about that, all right? But Chaos, what are your thoughts in regards to it? Same question. Like, how do you feel about the temperature of Balor and Priest's history going into it? And do you hey, what do you think about the match too? I don't know. A lot of people saying this was a dream match. Did you think it lived up to expectations?
Before I get into that, I just want to say I hate the fact that Finn Balor is considered a veteran. I feel like when someone's a veteran, they would have like very meaningful title reigns, and I feel like especially at the main championship, and let's be real, he only had the main one for a day, and he's never been the same since. Obviously, sure, he had his run with the NXT Championship and whatnot, but it's not really the same. I don't see him as a veteran, not yet. He's even though he's done a lot, he's been in the company for a while. I feel like there's still a lot of fuel in the tank for him. And yeah, I don't really consider him as a veteran, but that's why I'm not saying it's just like just you. It's everyone's considering that like it's like a gatekeeper or whatever. But yeah, but that's I think that's not the case. But anyway, going to the match. Would I say it was a dream match? Well, not for me. I mean, I never really it was nothing on my bingo card, but I wouldn't say no to it. It was interesting dynamic. Uh did it live up to expectations? It had some decent moments. Uh, if I had to really rank Gunther's matches, I felt like this was probably out of all of his matches that he's had since been on the main roster. I say this is one of his weakest, and that's really hard. That's shocking to say considering how many matches he's had, and they've always been good. Nakamura, Chad Gable, Sami Zayn, Gable. You know the list goes on and on and on. So but I definitely felt it wasn't one of his strongest. Not to his that not to not it was not his fault. It just wasn't the banger that everyone was hoping for. But yeah, the dynamic regarding leading into SummerSlam, it could really go either way. I do feel like Finn will definitely play a part in it. How he does that, I don't know because yeah, I don't think it's going to be a straight because of this match and how we ended the show. I can't see it actually him just showing up and then just clocking Damian Priest and then Gunther takes the pin. He's going to be involved in it somehow. Maybe it might be because of just an accidental interception and he causes him that way. Maybe he wants to repay the favor what Damian Priest just did to Finn Balor. Maybe just do that, but it just obviously doesn't go that way. But yeah, it's definitely one that is anything could really happen, and as long as it's a decent payoff, it's a good payoff, and it lands well, then yeah, I have no gripes with it. I'm with Jordy as well. I feel like Gunther he has to take the title this way, and then go into Bash at Berlin as champion. I think that's you could obviously make him win it there, and get the Q's pop, but it's to the point where, especially with international crowds, when it comes to their home folk, they will be loud, and we all know how good Gunther is and whatnot. When he comes out as champion, the crowd is gonna be like, "Yeah, that's our guy, that's our champion," and they will be they'll be absolutely hyped. How hyped? I don't know. I don't know how Germans are. But we've seen the French. They are arguably the loudest. They are up there with Puerto Rico. But yeah, we'll see how the Germans go. Do I'll let y'all know because I'll be there live as well in person. So yeah, I'll let you know how it is in person. But yeah, it did. The match was it did what it needed to do. Interesting layup into going into SummerSlam. But yeah, the writing's on the wall for Judgment Day. I think now is finally you're going to see everyone turn on each other somehow. Definitely.
For sure. And get a couple comments before we close out the show. Kavasuke is saying I would like it more for Gunther to get his crowning moment in front of his home crowd at Bash. I don't I don't so here's the thing, right? I don't necessarily disagree on that, but I don't like how he would be built up. Gunther, he's not a guy that you built to lose and then he makes his redemption. He's dominant. He
Yeah,
needs to
exactly.
win, right? Or he wins
Exactly.
as a heel. Like that's kind of his MO. You can't afford him to take a L going into the build for it. And I I'm it sounds like a broken record. This whole home crowd stuff is cute and all, but you can't sacrifice it for moments of booking great stuff and having good stuff for your program. We saw what it did with Isla and Alba. There's been nothing to it. They're probably gonna lose on. They should lose tonight. I'll be real with you. They should lose to Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend on NXT so I can talk about it. But they'll probably lose on Friday to Bianca and Jade. But either
Which
if
is
they
a
lose,
dumb thing to do, by the way. I must say, it's a dumb
yeah.
decision, but that's
That's
my.
Just
why
give them right back.
I will lie to you. That's why if they lost to Jakara and Lash, and then we got Jakara, Lash versus Bianca and Jade, I think Drizzy would probably melt. And I don't. Drizzy would definitely melt. So salute to the bro Drizzy. And yeah, that's all that we got for today's show, man. Appreciate you too. Appreciate everyone watching in the comments. Remember, same time every day. We're here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. UK, 12 Pacific, 2 Central. And yeah, we're gonna go film this Take It to the Table episode, so be on the lookout for that. And don't forget to watch NXT Off the Air with myself, Clark, and Drizzy. We're gonna break down the Great American Bash. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, man, y'all be easy. Take care. Deuces, ooses.
Peace.
Okay. Technical difficulty.